Hi, thanks for watching this video. I'm William Liu, and today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how we can update this pivot table using VBA. And while we are going to update this, I'll also introduce some parameters in the SQL statement so we can focus on a subset of our data. This is a table of all referees, and I've also added the information from previous years as well. So now you can see that in 2008 season start, which means the season 2008-2009, there has been 300 matches being played, and this is the distribution of the matches over the referees. We can see that in 2008, in the season 2008-2009, Howard Webb has had the most matches. So now we're going to update our pivot table, and this was the coding we used to create the pivot table. Now if we try to run this code again, it's not going to work since we already have a pivot table, so the statement is probably not gonna doesn't make any sense. So we have to refer to an existing pivot table. Let's see what error we get if we still try. Well, cannot overlap with another pivot table report, obviously. So we need to refer to it and then update it and refresh. How do we do that? We change this part of the coding, active workbook, refer to the active worksheet. I'll just call it pivot, which refers to this worksheet that I'm in right now, and then refer to the pivot table itself, and the name of the pivot table we can find by right clicking on it and select pivot table options, and it's called pivot table 4. Alright. And finally we choose the pivot catch, which is not plural but a single, since we only have one for a pivot table. The connection remains the same. The command text, which is the SQL statement, we'll just leave it the same for now. See if it works first. And this obviously is not valid anymore. We just change it to a refresh. Now, if everything goes well, then we should see no difference. Good. Okay, now let's try to specify our selection to a certain season. So how we do that is we add some additional keywords in the statement, where season start equals 2008, for instance. Let's see if it works. Great. That's fantastic. Let's see if it works again for 2011. I'll just press F5. Yeah. You can see it changes to 2011. We can make it a little bit more neat by inserting a button like this and connect to it. Update pivot. OK. Pivot. Well, you can also make it a little bit more user-friendly by referring this part of the SQL statement where you specify the parameter to a cell on the worksheet. So for instance, season start would probably would be put in this cell. We can name the cell Control F3. No, we can name the cell. Oops, Control F3. You can name the cell season start. No, it's already okay. Season start 1. Okay. Let's delete this. Yes. Okay. Season start 1 is the name of this cell, and we can just refer it to replace 2011 with equals ampersand sheets pivot dot range called season start 1, and I need to know the value. Okay, let's see if this works. So I want to change this to 2008. See what happens. Yes, perfect. 2009. Alright, so basically we updated this pivot table, an existing pivot table, and also adding some parameters to specify the data set to some to a certain years, or you can also say the referee, for instance, which is, I don't know, just name this cell referee. Yeah. And in the same way, you can change this to referee sheets pivot referee. And in this case, since this is not a this is a text value, it's probably better to add single quotes to it, like this. All right, let's see if it works. MD, for instance. Yes. All right. That's how we do it. Updating pivot tables and specifying using parameters in the SQL statement. So this is quite a tough one, I would say, but in the next video, let's make it a little bit more polished and neat by introducing a dashboard in a different worksheet, so you can have this user interface introduced in that worksheet, so it'll make it much more user friendly and better to look at. It's much more like a report, I would say. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.